So it goes here for it to go off. Oh, hey there. Welcome to the Grizzly Truth. What's going on, folks? I'm Walter.
I'm Bowerslag.
And we're going to be talking about your first-time pistol purchase. Let's say you haven't purchased a pistol yet because you were too much of a pussy to purchase a pistol prior to this pandemic.
The COVID-19, the Wu flu.
Oh my God, he said Wu flu. That's racist.
That's racism, man. I love to racism, bro.
No, it's not.
Doesn't really matter because it came from Wuhan.
China.
China.
It's the Wu flu.
The goddamn Mongolians.
Yep.
Nope, those are Chinese. So we're going to be talking about how you purchase a pistol. Not really how, but what
criteria?
Yeah. You're in the market because of certain circumstances. You have a stalker. You have COVID. You have circumstances.
Are you going to carry it on your body, or are you going to have it in your house? Are you going to put it in your car?
Exactly. You got to ask.
Be under your pillow. When
you're making your purchase as your first-time pistol, you need to really be asking yourself a few questions. Like, is it going to be on my person? Is it going to be under my pillow? Is it going to be in my vehicle? My Prius. I'm trying to say P as many times as I can.
I think the first one we should cover is the difference between carrying one on your body and carrying one at home. So,
did you know pterodactyl starts with P?
I did.
Okay. So,
we've got these guns here. Both are 9mm. Both are made by Glock because Glock is what you should buy first. Just
9mm. It's empty.
It is empty.
Okay.
Yep.
And you really know it's empty when the magazine's out and you pull a trigger and it doesn't go bang.
Yeah, empty.
If it wasn't before, it is now.
It's a surefire test every time.
It is. Surefire.
If you're going to be carrying it on your body, you probably want something smaller like a Glock 43. And the only reason we're going with a Glock is because we both managed gun ranges in the past, and all the rental guns that were shot, Glocks went down the least. They are the most reliable, period, end of story.
Yeah, you can even do shit like this.
Still works, I bet.
It's still a guarantee.
Yeah.
You're going to like the way you shoot.
Yeah.
Men's Warehouse.
We have a smaller one like the Glock 43 that he threw on the ground that would be more ideal for putting on your person. You can hide it, but it also comes with some cons. You know, it's being that it's smaller, it's a little harder to grip. The magazine doesn't have, or the mag well doesn't have as much room for the magazine. Therefore, it can't fit as many rounds in it. That one holds 6, is it?
It's 6.
6 rounds. This one holds 15. There's a difference. This one you can't conceal as easy. You can conceal it, but you can't conceal it as easy. That one holds 6.
I will say,
that'll get you out of a bad spot.
Interrupting you real quick.
Go ahead.
This is the most popular carry pistol on the U.S. market right now.
It is.
And the reason being is all right, we're talking about size. They both shoot 9mm, so they're both pushing out the same amount of energy. All right? With that in mind, the lighter the gun is, the less energy it absorbs.
Correct. That means the more energy you absorb.
The heavier the gun, the more it absorbs. Another thing to keep in mind is the thinner the grip is, the more likely you are to pull your shot to the left if you're a right-handed person. Ah!
Get away from me. That was a Mr. Mitchell shot.
Mr. Mitchell. So, when I squeeze, generally when people start squeezing the trigger, their whole hand tenses up and the barrel moves off to the left.
If you're right-handed.
If you're right-handed. So when I shoot, a lot of people tense up their hand and it just goes to the left.
To the left, to the left.
All right, listen. If you want to freaking carry on your person and that's the purpose of your first-time purchase, then buy a single stack firearm. Doesn't have to be a Glock 43. Whoa. They're hard to hold, as I've just demonstrated. It can be a single stack. Those are the easiest to conceal. If you feel more comfortable shooting a double stack, I recommend that you try shooting them out before you buy them.
Yep.
So go to a range and keep in mind that a full-size Glock freaking 21 like this is going to be very difficult to conceal because it's fucking massive.
Yep.
Whereas this, I can put in my butthole, no problem, and get it right by TSA.
I can't. He can. It's not me.
Bitch.
Put them way up inside there as far as they can fit.
Oh, jeez, Rick.
Now we're moving on to home defense guns.
Guns to defend your home.
Your actual home.
Yes.
Be it a box.
What you live in? A tent?
Truck.
An apartment, a house, a mansion.
Someone's butthole.
Nope, that's him again, not me.
Okay. Whatever you say.
So with that in mind, you can use the previously stated pistols,
Yes.
which are fine. I wouldn't use this to defend my home. Let me explain why. It's smaller. It's got, 2 points of contact? 1, 2. Okay.
6 rounds.
This has got 6 rounds.
Yeah.
The sights are pretty close, which makes it a little bit less accurate. And as I mentioned earlier, it's lighter, so it has more recoil. So if I've got to really put rounds down hallway, it's not going to be ideal.
No, it'll jump around a little more.
This right here, the sights are a little further apart. That makes it more accurate.
Yes.
It's heavier. It makes it more manageable. And, I don't know. It fucking looks cooler. I don't know.
And it holds 15 rounds.
These are, and it holds 15 rounds. These are good options.
They are.
If this is all you got, fucking use it.
Yep.
Don't be like, someone's breaking into my house. This is too fucking small to defend myself with. Then you shouldn't have bought it, you prick. All right? Use what you got.
There are other options for defending your home, though, that will outshine these quite a bit, depending on what you're in, though. So we're going to go over that.
If you're in a house, I recommend a fucking riffle.
Yes.
Reason being, you have 3 points of contact. 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's off. Sorry, I cleared it before we recorded.
He did.
After I pointed it at somebody. This is a great option, primarily because, like I just said, you have 3 points of contact. What does that mean?
It's a lot easier to shoot. It's more accurate. Honestly, you can hold it on target a lot better. It's got 30 rounds as opposed to the 15 from the larger handgun or the 6 from the smaller handgun.
It could have 100 rounds.
It could, yep. It depends. Your standard mag is 30 rounds. Being that it's a 5.56, though, you're going to run into a different issue. It's got a little bit of over-penetration problems. That would be more of a household gun. I wouldn't use this in an apartment. I wouldn't use it in a tent or a box or somebody's butthole. Well, maybe if it's the intruder, I might stick it up somebody's butthole.
I'd stick this up somebody's butthole any day of the week.
Was it Major Payne said, clear your colon out faster than a guacamole burrito or something like that? I don't know. It was a 90s movie.
I missed the 90s. You want to watch Hey Doug after this?
Sure.
Shut up.
I don't want to.
He's more of a Rugrats guy.
Yeah. Well, that's what I've got to say on this one. It's more of a household.
It's good for the house, assuming that you have some space and bricks between you and your neighbor.
Yes, absolutely.
But if all you got between your neighbor is drywall, Allahu Akbar! This is not an AK-47. This is an actual fucking 12 gauge.
Yep.
It is a semi-auto. So the shotguns I own, I don't have a traditional shotgun. This is probably the most traditional shotgun I own.
And it's not at all traditional. I've got 2 traditional of my own, and then I have 1 non-traditional.
And it doesn't work.
Mine's the cheap variant of that, and I've been fighting that for about 3 years now.
Yeah, so also when you buy a gun, don't buy the knockoff, buy the real thing.
Buy the real thing.
It's just like anything else. You buy the knockoff, it won't fucking work.
Nope.
All right? It's not Gucci, it's Fucci.
No. So the reason you would use this in an apartment complex is because you have drywall in between you and your neighbors. So the problem being that rifle that we were just talking about would go through, I don't know, probably 4 fucking walls and stop in your neighbor's chest. This one, if you load it with...
Which is great if you don't like your neighbor.
That's true. Yeah,
it was
maybe
an accident.
maybe you have a neighbor that keeps calling noise complaints on you. Use a Tavor, like we showed you. If not, if you
It'd get
actually
real
enjoy
loud.
your neighbor, if you enjoy your neighbor, you go hang out drinking with him and stuff, and you're like, I don't just want to randomly put holes in his chest. I would go with something like a 12 gauge and birdshot at that to boot, because birdshot doesn't carry a whole lot of energy in a single space unless you're right up on it.
As Joe Biden says, I'd get my 12 gauge and, well, you know the thing.
Joe Biden's a fucking idiot.
You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier.
But let me tell you, again, 3 points of contact, 1 on my shoulder, 1 up on my hand, 1 on my other hand. Recoil is very manageable, especially if you're using birdshot. It'll feel like you're not even shooting anything.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay, buddy.
Do not buy a 12 gauge and load it with slugs in an apartment. Don't do it. You would defeat the purpose.
Yeah, you thought 5.56 over penetrated.
Yeah.
Let
Slugs
me
are
tell
nasty.
you something, buddy. All right. So, yeah.
If you have an issue with both of these, and you're thinking you just can't defend your home, with the weapons we've shown you.
What we've shown you is just not good enough for you.
Yeah, I don't understand how it couldn't be. So you'd obviously move up to something a little bigger. Now, these would be good if you live in like a mansion somewhere on a ranch, maybe about a 200-acre ranch, because these have extreme over-penetration issues with the shape charge and all that. You know, if you use this in an apartment, you'd probably kill the neighbor in the other apartment building through your apartment first.
You might start a forest fire with these.
Yeah, I think you would. And they're a little expensive to shoot. You can't take them to the range.
Yeah, assuming that you live in an apartment is assuming that you can afford a house, like myself. So, you know, if you can't afford a house, you can't afford one of these. But anyways, that's just our opinion.
Gun fuds. What is a gun fud?
Gun fud's a cunt.
What kind of stuff does a gun fud say in the gun world?
The type of shit a cunt would say.
What does a cunt say in the gun world?
When you pull the trigger, if it goes bang, that's all that matters.
That's false.
You know why they say that? Because the person who sold them their shitty fucking gun told them that. Do you know why the person who sold them that shitty gun told them that?
Commissions.
Because commissions. He
Yep.
knows that gun's a piece of shit.
Yep.
He doesn't like that gun.
Yep.
But
And-
you read NRA magazine, so you know what you're talking about.
And they know that you had a certain price range and that you weren't going to walk out of there with a gun in your hand. Yeah, without something just dumb low for the gun world. Honestly, when you buy a firearm, you get what you pay for. We've talked about this in a previous segment that we had. You know, he has a AK style 12 gauge that was roughly 2.5 times what I paid for my AK style 12 gauge. His works flawlessly. Mine I can't get to shoot semi-automatic.
Kills like butter.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Butter
a great.
butter does kill people.
It's a great. Well, it kills a lot of Americans.
Fat people.
Yeah. My gun would be a perfect self-defense shotgun if I only had to deal with one home invader at a time that was in a hallway that didn't have any fucking limbs.
All right, we call it a draw.
The guns are pointed at me. That's another thing, man. Gun fuzz get fucking stuck up on everything.
Yeah.
Check it out. Since we've been filming this, we've cleared this about 50 fucking times.
Yeah, but somebody behind this camera right now, one of y'all is just screaming at us about it.
The gun's not pointed in the right direction. Always assume every gun's fucking loaded.
You know what? I was in the Marines. I heard it all. And I'm telling you, this is fucking empty. I've been around guns. I've had loaded guns pointed at me. I've been shot at.
Plenty of times.
Fucking, I'm not worried about me clearing a gun and my gun being in my general direction.
It's a fucking machine. If it's sitting there, it's not going to go off. Period. End of story.
I will say, you know, that doesn't mean I'm advocating for people to just assume their gun's loaded. Fucking check.
Yes.
All right?
If the gun's pointed at you, I expect you to grab it. I'm not going to grab it because that's going to make you uncomfortable. If the gun's pointed at me, I'm going to grab it. I'm not going to let you grab it because it'll make me uncomfortable. Does that make sense?
100%.
Yeah.
Well, let me explain something to you, too. All right? I'm just real quick. I'm going to teach you guys how to clear a gun. This wasn't on the fucking list, but, all right?
Smart thing to do.
So we're going to fucking clean our gun. This is when people accidentally shoot shit the most. All right? First thing you do is make sure your finger's not on trigger. Drop the magazine. Now, you pull the slide back. Now you use what God gave you. They're called eyeballs, or fingers if you want to lose it, to check. Oh my God. There's a black hole there. If in place of the black hole you see some silver or gold or brass, then you know, oh my God, there's a bullet in there. And that your ejector is probably not working right. So you gotta figure that shit out. But it's a black hole. It's fucking empty. I'm gonna close it. The slide slides forward. Squeeze the trigger, and then I can take this thing apart.
Unarmed.
The reason why people fucking accidentally shoot themselves or their fucking monkeys, I actually had an uncle who shot his pet monkey while cleaning a gun. I don't think it was an accident. The reason why people do that is because you have to pull the trigger to take these guns apart. A lot of these
They
guns.
will palm it just like that before they pull the trigger to take it apart.
And they won't even fucking check because they just assume it's loaded or it's not loaded.
That's just the mechanics of the firearm. That's how it has to come apart. You cannot do that.
Arp.
You know, like we've seen 2 old guys shoot their hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I'm sorry to say, but it's always been old white guys, white-headed, and I know I'm on track for that. You're on track for that.
I'm half Mexican.
So you're probably not on track for it, but I am. When I'm prestigious and all my privilege kicks in and all that. I'm just gonna shoot myself in the hand. It's actually been people palming their firearm afterwards. Palming it, pulling the trigger, goes off, blows part of their hand away. People get mad at the range because they have to wait longer. And we gotta tell them, hey man, we're trying to squeegee bits of hand off of lane 12. You should back the fuck up for a minute.
That's right.
So
we went way off topic.
We did.
With relevant information, mind you.
It was, yeah. Getting back on the gun fud thing, the original topic of, as long as you pull the trigger and it goes bang, it's a good gun. That's incorrect. I'm sorry.
Just because it went bang this time doesn't mean it'll go bang next time.
Correct. Yeah, that's...
like your stupid knockoff shotgun.
Yes. Actually, it went bang the first time and never went bang the second time anyways. So that's exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly the people that are saying this, and we're going to get a lot of shit for this.
People buy Taurus.
People that buy Tauruses. People that buy Remington handguns and all that good stuff. I like their 1911.
That's only because you own one.
I do, and I've carried it for a while. I haven't had issues because I've properly maintained it.
That's the thing, too, about the 1911 versus Glock debate.
Yes.
1911s work fine in controlled environments where you baby the fuck out of them.
Yep. Yeah,
Glock works fine.
Do not get them dirty. Don't let dust get in them. Keep them oiled like a mofo.
Like a mofo.
Yeah.
Special oil.
They'll work fine.
Wilson Combat Oil.
I was thinking more like sardine oil.
Sardine oil all over you. Something that the cat wants to eat.
If you want to get in a fucking tiger gunfight, then put sardine oil on your 1911.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But I will say about Glocks, I wasn't worried about the toilet paper shortage. Because I could use my everyday carry as fucking toilet paper, and I know it would still fucking run.
That's true. You could also use your everyday carry to get toilet paper.
That's actually how I got all the toilet paper in my house.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. I just stood out of Walmart, and you'd be surprised how nice people are when you point a gun at them.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. Anyways, gun fuds suck.
You suck!
Okay, so now we're getting into the Grizzly Truth mailbag. You're probably asking yourself, how the fuck do they have a mailbag? Well, we asked people questions. Our question was, ask us questions. Or it really was, can you ask us a question?
Can you ask us a stupid question that we could respond to?
It wasn't a stupid question. It was serious relationship advice. So now we're going to be giving out advice for a segment we're going to call In the Doghouse. So in the Doghouse, we focus on relationship advice. Some people don't like it, but it fucking works. Some women, it might land you in the doghouse.
Yes.
But those are the wrong women.
I agree.
Get different women.
Or just make the back of your hand hurt a little bit, and then your women will turn into the right women. No?
Domestic violence is not fun.
I like my beer like I like my violence. Domestic.
Miller Lite.
I'm going to sue the pants off you.
We're getting sued! First question comes from an ex-co-worker. How do I get a girlfriend during quarantine?
Hey, where are the white women at?
I have a way, but you're not going to like it.
How's that?
Every female's weakness is chloroform in a van.
I was going to say roses in a box of chocolates, but holy fuck!
Yeah, no, I mean,
Oh my god!
I'm just saying.
This was a bad idea.
Gets them every time.
I fucking can't.
Seriously.
Jesus Christ. All right, another ex-coworker, because these are the only people that want to talk to me anymore, because I used to pay them. I don't know why they want to talk to me. I don't pay them anymore.
You're just a cool guy, man.
I guess I'm a cool guy.
Maybe.
All right, my girl has a cat. I hate cats. And she won't clean the litter box every week, let alone every day. Cats are fucking gross. What do I do?
I would rub her nose in the cat shit.
God damn, Steven.
So that, she would clean it up more often. Because if you rub her nose in the litter box every day, she's going to keep it cleaner so that her nose isn't rubbed in shit every day.
You can do that.
No?
I don't recommend it.
Oh,
If I'm just like illegal advice.
Probably not a good idea.
Don't recommend that.
Yeah.
What I recommend is buying a junkyard dog. All right, so I would say just throw the cat away. Put it in a fucking in an actual trash can,
Put it in the dishwasher, and then it won't poop as much.
or it'll poop bubbles.
Because
or to drown.
Yeah.
And then burn to death from the fucking heater that melts plastic.
Your house will smell a little funny.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
but
no.
it would smell like Chinese food.
It would.
Anywho.
But just buy a junkyard dog. Okay, you can throw the cat out. You can drive to the forest and throw it out the car window as you're driving. Excuse me. But cats have a dirty habit of finding their way back, and women have a habit of purchasing shit they lose. All right, so you lose the cat, they buy another one. You buy a junkyard dog, it eats that cat. And if your girl has the audacity to go off and buy another cat, that junkyard dog will eat that motherfucker too.
That's true. Yeah.
So, we hope you enjoy this week's edition of In the Doghouse. We hope you enjoyed the show. We'll see you next time. If you didn't like it, get fucked. This is basically our first episode.
Yeah, we're out.
We're out. Ah!